What is up, my sons? Welcome back to Chill Trader. My name is Richie, and before I get started, as always, I just want to say, do not follow my trades. I am still a beginner, and I'm still learning, and I'm still wrong a lot of the time. So I'm really just here to help you guys, to give you guys the right resources that have helped me, as well as to help myself learn by going over my day and my thought process, seeing where I went wrong, where I went right. And with that said, I learned a lot this week. Shout out to my boy Brandon for kind of putting me in my place, telling me to look into the tech companies, cybersecurity, cloud computing, software development, all that good stuff. Because I was always scared to get into it because of how volatile it is. But with your little push and advice, I'm going to start doing that. Also, I recently watched a video by Meet Kevin, great source for financial information, economic information. He made a video going over some technical indicators and he describes how they're formulated, how they're affected, what causes changes in those indicators, and it really changed the way that I am seeing the market. So I am increasing my risk regarding the types of stocks I am picking. So with that said, let's get started. I first want to show you guys the utilities sector of the S&P 500. This chart is basically mirrored for the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ also. So back in the beginning of October, we broke the 200 SMA line, and now we are consolidating, which is a good sign. This could be the beginning of an uptrend in the sector, so I'll be focusing heavily on utilities. And I also want to show you guys the energy sector. We have this inflection point over here recently where we're starting to make higher lows, but I'm not giving it much credence because we have an inflection point here too where we start seeing higher lows and then we just continue downward. But the energy sector has been getting bashed down ever since Corona, and the stocks are at the lowest prices, some of them at the lowest prices they have ever been at. So there will definitely be opportunity here in the future, just not right now. So regarding my increase of risk, I was looking at Tesla. We're coming out with earnings on Wednesday and we are in this ascending triangle. I'm not taking any positions yet until after earnings. And I just want to point out, past performance does not indicate future performance, but the past two earnings we do see after they come out with earnings a short consolidation period, and then a rise, and then another past earnings over here. We even dipped a little bit. Also here dipped a little bit, but we see a steady rise, consolidation, bam. I don't know what caused this or this, so I'm going to be looking into that also to see what the catalyst was that caused these big run-ups. Next, what I've been looking at is JD, popular stock over Corona, JD.com. This kind of to me looks like a cup and handle, but I'm not too familiar with this formation, and I'm not sure if this handle is invalidating or not, but it is a symmetrical triangle, and my idea here is that I am looking for a breakout above this trend line, coinciding with an increase in volume. So that's what I'm looking for JD. Also, I've been looking at NEO. We had that recent rise after they got that $1 billion from the Chinese government, and now we're either going to see a pullback or another consolidation period. So I'm looking at NEO also right now, but really JD and Tesla. Next, Fastly. Not much to talk about, honestly. Not really paying too much attention to them. They recently had a big drop after they came out saying that TikTok's demand for their services is not as high as they expected. So, let's continue on to the safer stocks that I've been looking at. First one is MDU, which they do construction material and energy services for construction. And we recently, last week, broke out of this falling wedge, and then we came back down and retested it. So ever since we broke out, we've kind of been making higher highs and higher lows. So I'm going to be watching this. There could be some opportunity here. Next, LBRT. They are a servicing company and maintenance company for other oil companies, so they're not really an energy company, but they are part of that sector. The past 4 or 5 months, we've had this strong uptrend, making higher highs, and this could very well be the end of the uptrend cycle that I talked about in my last video. But there's a lot of confluence around these trend lines. So these 3 dotted lines it's called the Keltner Channel, and they measure the volatility of a stock. Shout out to Brandon again for showing me this, telling me to look into this. I'll post a link in the description of videos that explain Keltner Channels, but the lower average true range of the Keltner Channel is meeting up with the trend line. So these average true ranges tend to act as support and resistance levels. Not all the time, but they tend to. And here we have the trend line and the Keltner Channel meeting up, so this could be a strong area of support for this company. I was really tempted to take a position in it today after I saw this doji candle here, but I decided to hold off, be patient, and it was a good move because I feel like on my last trade with Reggie, I kind of came in a little too early. This is Reggie right here. You can see we have this hammer candle, and then we pushed up a little bit, but now we're just kind of consolidating. I currently am taking a 2.5% loss on this, but I still haven't reached my stop loss, so we're still riding. And also it looks like on the MACD the momentum is shifting, or it looks like it wants to shift, but it also looks like it's just gonna it might stay flat for a little while, which is kind of annoying. So this might not have been the best idea, but it's how you learn by making mistakes. As you can see, volume is declining, so I don't really know what's going to be happening with this. Lastly, I want to show you is KNIX. KNIX is a KXIN. It's an electric vehicle special acquisition company in China, and they own car dealerships with a focus on electric vehicles. So as you know, or as you may not know, the electric vehicle market in China, they're really trying to get it growing and growing a lot. Chinese government gave NIO $1 billion so that they can compete with Tesla. Also in Europe, NIO is looking into expanding. So I found it over here before it ran up, but I was hesitant to get in because I'm not familiar with momentum plays. I just started learning about them, and I was looking it up today, trying to figure out why this happened, and nobody, from what I see, there was no news that came out, first of all, but also, I was reading some blogs and stuff, and nobody could really understand why this happened, why they saw 166 million in volume. So I'm definitely going to keep my eye on it because it's very interesting, but I am a little iffy, it's a little sus. So that's really it for today. That's what I've been looking at all day today. Thank you for watching till the end. Don't forget, if you liked, drop a like. If you disliked, drop a dislike. Any suggestions on ways I can improve, throw them in the comments. And if you really liked what you're seeing, drop a subscribe. So thank you for watching. Have a good night.